Morning guys, hope you're doing well today. Thank you for tuning in. As always, massively appreciate it. Shout out to all the subscribers. Gratitude to anybody new. Welcome along. This video we're going to be talking about excessive tension. Now, what is that? It's actually really important for beginners or anybody really to understand, but specifically beginners, which this channel is for. It's going to sound a little high, tech or a bit more advanced, but when you break it down, it's actually quite straightforward. It's going to help you tremendously, especially with your punches, especially with being relaxed and, understanding how important being relaxed is. So let's go. All right, guys. So unfortunately, the clouds are upon us. This would have been a beautiful shot if it was a lovely day. I love this little area here. It's usually quite packed, but today it's empty, but the clouds are gloomy. So we'll make do with what we got. Excessive tension, right? It's obviously exactly what it is. It's like tension, meaning how tensed are you, and being excessive with it. So like contracting your muscles at the wrong time, or maybe having them constantly contracted, right? This is going to be, negatively impact your ability to box properly, right? Especially as a beginner. But, there's some things you can do right away that can really help you understand how to improve your punches by just being relaxed, and why, like maybe your fists are really tightly clenched, right? That's an excessive tension, and a lot of this comes down to perhaps nervousness, right? And this is okay, this is perfectly normal for a beginner to experience these things, right? It's all about learning. It's all about getting in the gym and practicing and being the best version you can be, and understanding that this topic is going to massively help you if you really just focus on being relaxed, not being tensed, right? You shouldn't be walking around boxing like this, or if you're training shadow boxing with your anything tensed, really. Not if you're just shadow boxing and you're out of range and you're just kind of here, because as I said, first of all, you're going to be burning a lot of energy, right? Your shoulders might be hunched up as well. That's another thing to look out for. You don't want your shoulders to be up like this and your arms to be like this, which is fairly common. You'd be surprised, but just relax, right? Try to relax as much as you can. Understand that when you are tight like that, but without punching, and I'm talking about before the impact, then that's excessive tension. Excessive tension can also come during the strike, right? When you're about to strike, yes, you're going to need tension, but you need it at the right time. Now, this is where it can get a little bit technical. Excuse the noise there. I'm going to just talk over the top of it because we are outside in the public park, so things happen. But yeah, I don't want to be tense like this and then like that. You might land a punch like that, right? But what that's going to do to your energy tank, walking around like this, I mean, you're going to be done in one round. You know what I mean? So you got to relax. You got to understand your muscles need to contract at the right time, but you really, really need to just worry about relaxing, right? And have the punches flow as best as you can. Yes, you need to clench your fists, but when you're about to strike, now that is far beyond the beginner, but this channel is to do with some high level punching, striking information, right? I'm not really going to get into that in this video, but you just need to understand, don't tense up the whole time, right? Just keep it relaxed. Yes, you need to make a fist at some point, and you should make a fist, right? But don't make a fist and clinch it if you're just walking around like this, right? That's so important. Let me zoom in on this because I really want to highlight this, right? If you are a beginner and you're learning, instead of doing this, right, and you can really feel the tension in your shoulders and your arms like this, right? You just need to relax. I promise you this is going to help you so much, right? Get in a relaxed state, and you can just take your time with this, right? And when you're punching, normally I will have my fists open, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna just have this clinched, right? And I'm clinching them at like, 50%. And then just to practice shadow boxing, I'm really keeping it like that, Boom, boom. And that's how you should practice as a beginner, to get that relaxed state. Keep your fists clenched, but don't squeeze them, right? Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Definitely don't hunch them up. All right, bend your knees. Boom. Right? You don't have to worry about clenching the fists more. You just got it at like 50% right now. Boom, boom. that's what you should go for. Okay? Whatever punches you're throwing, don't throw them with excessive tension. Don't shadow box with excessive tension. You shouldn't walk around, as I said, like being tight. That's going to be one of the most important things you can learn right now that will elevate your game, especially your punches and your conditioning, because you're going to be exhausted. You're not going to think clearly when you're really tight like that. Excessive tension. Definitely work on that. Understand how tight are you clenching your fists? Are your shoulders hunched up? You know, are you contracting your biceps like way too hard? You know, it's got to be relaxed, and it's going to help you. I promise. You can practice that shadow boxing or on the bag. But that's it for today. Just a quick video. Just wanted to drill that home. I'm trying to get videos out every day. I made one yesterday, but I wasn't really happy with it, so I had to pull it. So hopefully I'll get some more content out for you guys. But that's it from me. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the video. It's got to come from here. And then if you really enjoyed it, you know, hit the subscribe button. I've got a ton of videos for beginners and for the higher up punching techniques as well. I like to do those, so I mix it in. It can be a bit confusing sometimes because, you know, I'll go from beginner to quite high level, but I always come back to the beginners, and I always push home the fundamentals, jab, hands up, footwork, you know, stuff like that. I'll never forget that stuff. Anyway, peace. I'm out.